Coach, Broncos are coming off a bit of a disappointing weekend. Plenty of chances on the offensive end, but only two goals to speak of, and a tie and a loss. What were your just overall thoughts on the team's performance?
Well, if we look at our performance on the weekend here against Notre Dame, it kind of draws a parallel to the other last six games that we've played. We've played now three teams in back-to-back games that are national tournament teams from last year. They have national tournament goaltenders on their roster, and we felt, from a coaching perspective and all of the analytics that you can do going in to look the game, and again, analytics and statistics are for losers, I guess, because have only won one of the last six games, but we outchanced Notre Dame in both of the hockey games. Certainly dominated on Friday night in their building for the majority of the game. In fact, all of the game, and had multiple opportunities to score, and did not capitalize on our opportunities. Both goaltenders on both teams played well. In the game last night here, disappointing for us. Again, we got out to a strong start. I believe we generated 16 shots in the first period, and I had a lot of jump in our step, and that had been a bit of an issue in some other games where we maybe hadn't started as strong as we wanted, but we were going last night. Again, came out in the second period. Did not like our power play to start the second, but after that, again, started taking it to Notre Dame again. With 8 minutes to go in the second period, we made a puck possession mistake at the top of their blue line in their zone and lost the puck someplace that we shouldn't be going with the puck, trying to beat somebody one-on-one, one of our forwards up that high. It means that your defensemen are below you then, and you're creating a problem. Came down to the other end, and we missed an assignment in the defensive zone. And in a game that we had dominated, we're down 1-0. Our penalty kill all weekend had been very good. We took a penalty in the second period. Coach Shayak had reviewed their first power play in the first period break between the first and second, and talked about one play that they like to use. They used that play. Our one forward was right with his guy where he should have been, and simply got outwilled for the puck. Their guy simply was stronger on the puck in that key situation. All of a sudden, a game that you dominated, you're down 2-0. And again, after each goal last night, we came out the next shift and took the game right back to them. But kind of similar to the game against North Dakota that we lost the first night. It's very similar to 4 of the 6 games where we felt that we outchanced our opponents, and those are 3 teams that are, we would think will be in the national tournament this year. So we can be better. The key thing, Adam, is everybody's talking about our inability to score. If you don't make individual mistakes defensively, you give yourself a chance. And we had to continue to play well defensively. We've gone over here as a coaching staff. How can we generate more goals, get more traffic to the net, quick shots, all the things you need to do. We've got a bit of continuity on our forward lines now because we've got injured players back, something that we haven't had all year. We've been scrambling to get that continuity. We've also got a lot of players that are coming back from injuries, and it takes time to get their rhythm again. So we're excited about the future. And here I just said we played 3 national tournament teams in a row here. This weekend we get the benefit of going to play the defending national champions over the last 2 years, a Duluth team. But we're excited about that opportunity, and we plan to get better every single time we play. And I liked our play offensively against Notre Dame this weekend. We just need to finish those chances, but we cannot have some of the defensive letdowns that have hurt us.
Minnesota Duluth's one of the best power play teams in the country. Despite the tough results over the last 5 or 6 games, though, one positive has been the decreased number of penalties that the Broncos have been taking.
Well, it's really interesting. We had some goals that we talked about. We had individual meetings with all of our players during the Christmas break there, Adam, and we talked about needing to improve our discipline. I believe we took 3 in the first game at Notre Dame, and we took 2, and we limited you're in a situation where our penalty kill performed really well because we were taking few penalties at Notre Dame, and then we come here and do a great job in the first one, and then they score on the second one. So you can't go 50% on your PK. But the bottom line is we're able to play with more energy and pace in the game because guys that are killing penalties are also some of our offensive guys, and they're fresher because of that. So it certainly has to be a key thing going ahead here is making sure we limit the number of penalties we take. And you talk about a team that's got a great power play, and Peranovic on the blue line can generate points. So great challenge for us, and staying out of the box is going to be important. And then Duluth plays a heavy team, heavy game. Like they do take penalties as well. They're very physical. We got to be real smart with our physical game as well.
You have a team that's full of guys who have won a lot of games, and you've been in so many close games without the results. How would you assess your team mentally right now, where they are?
Well, we're in a situation where when you're not winning, it's awfully tough. But what I really like, to be honest with you, is the attitude that we took into the Notre Dame games. That we're going to play with energy, we're going to play hard. I mean, you get the chances that we had at Notre Dame, and guys maybe start to tighten up, but we didn't. We just continued to put pressure on them, played hard all night, and again. It would be nice for some of these pucks to go in that. We've got a lot of guys that normally score goals for us. And, we look at our senior class, like this senior class, in 2 of the 3 years they've been with our team here, we've been a third-place team in the NCHC, the best league in college hockey. We've won over 20 games. We have those guys back for the most part. And we're really expecting our seniors to elevate their game as we go along. Again, we'd like to get some continuity in our forward units, and we play attack-oriented hockey. We've been out shooting our opponents. I believe we're averaging close to 35 shots in a game, which is a high number in college hockey, and we're giving up right around 30. So we're doing a fairly solid job defensively as well there too. So we believe those guys will step up and get the job done for us. But bottom line is. Right now, we're sitting in 4th place in the NCHC. You win your last game of the season, that's a pretty good year because they call you national champion. And we got to keep believing that. And there's, I think, some people out there right now that are probably wondering what's up with this team and so on. And this team has faced probably more adversity than most teams face over 2 years with the injuries and some of the things that have gone on. But I like the character and the profile of our team. We believe in the group and feel that we're going to continue to get better and are optimistic about our remaining games. Have a lot of games coming up here at Los Ariza after we get through these 2 games at Duluth, and we need to make sure that nobody wins in this building except the Broncos.
You know as well as anyone that it just takes one. You can get on a roll in a hurry. What can a win against the defending national champs in their building do for your team?
We take a win against anybody right now, to be honest with you. It would be great if it was Duluth. They've got a tremendous team, obviously, great defense, and they've got most of their defensemen back. And, I talked about top caliber goaltenders that we've been facing. Well, we got another one in Shepard this weekend here who's taken his team to 2 national champions. So we're going to play hard. We're going to compete. Our guys are going to keep battling here. We're going to continue to get better. Players are going to play and the coaches are going to coach, and we've got a lot of people that take great pride in our Bronco hockey program. And I mean, the building last night was just full, and we would have liked nothing better than to have it electric and people standing on their feet cheering at the end of the game. And we felt the pain after the game because we didn't do that, but we're going to stay positive and keep working in a positive direction here.
Cale, have you ever shot a puck harder than you did in the 3rd period at Notre Dame on Friday? And what was going through your head when you saw Morris make that save?
I don't know if I have. That was pretty good contact for sure. I didn't really see how much net I had before I shot, but as soon as I did, I saw that it was pretty open, but he made an incredible save. I would have liked for that one to go in, but unfortunately it didn't. He made an incredible save on that.
It's a bit of a microcosm for the entire weekend, just not being able to get it over the line there. What do you do as a kind of a senior and a leader on the team to keep things loose, to keep guys from gripping their sticks too tight and just trying to encourage, that the goals will come?
Yeah, I think, we just keep reiterating that we got to come to work every day. I think if we're just really bearing down in practice, the bounces are going to come our way. And at the end of the day, I think you just got to make sure you keep it light and have fun, because that's what hockey is at the end of the day. It's fun. And if you lose that, I think that's when you do start to tighten up, and maybe you're missing the net because you gripped the stick too hard or whatever. But I think just keeping it light and knowing that we've got guys that can score, we know that. So it's going to come, and you just got to stick with it, I think.
How do you balance, because that's obviously that's the mindset you want to have, but having it is a lot easier said than done, especially when you're playing all these close games and the results aren't there. How do you keep it light? How do you go about that?
I think it starts with our leadership. We got a great group of guys to do that and keep it light. I think it's just walking the talk and making sure that guys aren't getting down on themselves or burying their heads. I think keep heads up and keep shooting the puck. I think that a lot of times guys can start to pass the puck off when they should be shooting and trying to make an extra play. But I think if we're just really being shoot first mentality and not giving up those chances, then they're going to find their way in the back of the net for sure.
There's guys in that room, yourself included, that have won a lot of games. It can happen quickly. You get on a roll. How big would a win against the defending national champs in their building be for your club?
Yeah, it would be huge. It's going to be a great test for us for sure. I think, more than anything, regardless of who the opponent is, having 2 good games and coming out of there with a good result is going to feel good. But especially against them, they know how to win, obviously. And, against them, a good test, that would feel really good for sure.